Well, we may have forgotten with the warm up today, but it is still February, and this picture definitely shows you that. Now, this is the hairpin curve on the Mohawk Trail. Bob sent in this photo today. That is quite a bit of ice, which is not totally unusual for that spot, and I'm sure there was some melting today, but it is still hanging quite tough. Looking at the snowfall depth across the country, 36 almost percent, 35.8% of the U.S. is covered. A lot of that is out across the west in the Rockies, in the Sierras, and across the northern plains. New England has definitely seen a big depletion of the snowpack. In fact, almost all of southern New England has lost their snowpack. It even looks like it's depleted in the Berkshires, which is saying something for late February. So far here in the Springfield area, we've only gotten about 17 inches to date, and that is way below normal. Usually at this point, we're up to about 36, and the yearly average for us is almost 50 inches of snow. So we've been talking about that snow deficit for a while now, and there's the potential that our biggest storm for the Springfield area of the season is on the way. Winter storm watches are up for all of western Mass. The only issue for the Springfield area is going to be the sleet and how quickly that sleet comes in and how much of it we end up getting, because that will keep those snowfall amounts a little bit lower. But the winter storm watches extend pretty far to the south, to the I-95 corridor in Connecticut, because we're still trying to figure out that question: how far north does the sleet get? Right now, sleet is falling in quite fashion out across parts of Arkansas. I mean, inches of sleet out there on the roadways, which is a mess for the south. That system's headed in our direction, but we have until late tomorrow night before it gets here. So tomorrow, unfortunately, this is blowing through. We'll start off with clouds, then we'll see some sunshine. There was a whole lot of blue there on that map just that flew by, but it looks like the start time is going to be somewhere around 3-4 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So before the sun comes up, the snow will get started. As it gets started, it falls steadily and quickly turns on the moderate side. We could see up to an inch an hour at times early Friday morning. In total, it looks like about 8 to 12 inches for a good portion of western Mass. And I think the area is most likely to see a foot of snow getting up here into Franklin County, the Route 2 corridor, northern Berkshire County, and the hills. Farther to the south, better shot at seeing 8 inches just because of that mixing, which I do expect to come up to at least Northampton with some sleet, possibly as far north as Pittsfield, where we do get at least a snow sleet mix, which again will keep those totals a little bit lower. But the thing with this storm system, because it gets started overnight, a lot of that snow that falls before sunrise, that is going to be the majority of our accumulation. Once the sun comes up, accumulation rates will slow. We'll start to see that mixing. 4 to 8 inches is possible south of the Mass Pike, but especially into Connecticut. I think 8 inches is still a pretty good bet for a good portion of Hendon County. So Friday, snow is the biggest concern, obviously. Travel will be very rough for Friday morning for those of you headed out to work. Not going to be a windy storm. Temperatures are not going to be so cold that it's all fluff. It will start off fluffy and then get a little bit wetter as we go into the daylight hours on Friday. But we still don't really come above 32 degrees. So it's not going to be that really heavy, wet snow that leads to power loss. And with the lack of wind, power outages just aren't a concern. Any ice, it's only looking to be sleet, and it doesn't look to be that much. So, shouldn't be too big of an issue except for driving in the snow. That's our biggest concern. Oh, it's so sad to say goodbye to those warm temperatures. Philly's still close to 70, but we're back down to about 40 degrees here in the Springfield and Westfield areas. And tomorrow morning, we'll start off in the upper teens to low 20s. By the afternoon, we'll hit mid-30s with more sunshine. Breezes stay on the light side, about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the north, and cloud cover will gradually build tomorrow evening. Your forecasted highs for tomorrow, a little bit below normal, upper 20s to mid-30s in the valley, with, again, some sunshine in the afternoon. Then Friday will be 20s to low 30s, pretty typical. So we'll have a standard snowfall with a little bit of sleet mixing in. Still a highly impactful storm for travel, especially the morning, but even into the afternoon and evening, roads may still be very slippery. Saturday, blustery cold with highs near 30 and good sunshine. We come above freezing on Sunday, but the wind will be whipping, and then we get hit with a shot of even colder air for Monday with temperatures moderating through midweek. Chris and Jordan.